6978 or online at makingthecut.biz.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. I got the newbies in here today, and I love it. When they get nervous, I get nervous. So on my next guest, I have with me Jenna Bailey. She's the founder of Bailey Law Firm. Welcome to the show. I want you to talk a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Jenna Bailey, I founded a law firm here in Arizona called Bailey Law Firm. We're a full-service law firm intended to serve individuals and small business owners with whatever legal needs come up.
Now, you have areas of practice that you work. What are they?
So our primary areas of practice are going to be personal injury, business law, estate planning, real estate law, as well as employment law.
Now, before I ask you this, I want to talk about you first for a second. First of all, you have 3 locations here. And one is in Tucson, Tempe, and then Scottsdale. You're a woman-owned. So talk a little bit about your practice and why you did this, you made it this way. And you've got some kudos behind you that you didn't mention, so go ahead and say it.
Sure. So, yes, I'm a woman-owned law firm. I'm the sole owner, so you're looking at the ownership here with respect to this business. Our 3-year anniversary was actually on Saturday.
So congratulations.
Thank you. I started as a true one-woman show. It was just me. I had been practicing law for about 8 years at that point, so I had good experience behind me. I come from a family of small business owners, so this was always the plan. I launched as a one-woman show with a very aggressive growth strategy. So the plan was always to help as many people as I possibly could, hire, grow with locations, and that's exactly what we've done.
That's amazing. So congratulations on that. So I want to talk about, you say the areas that you've primarily, which is PI, estate planning, business law, and real estate. How did those kind of form together?
Sure. So the gap in the marketplace that I was looking to fill was this idea that there are not big law firms that serve regular people. All the big law firms that have multiple practice areas, they serve insurance companies and they serve big companies. My firm, on the other hand, our clients are everyday people, individuals as well as small business owners, and the idea is the legal process doesn't have to be so overwhelming in terms of every time you have a new legal issue or potential legal issue, you don't have to go find a new attorney or a new law firm. Once you have a relationship with us, the idea is that whatever comes up, we can help you with, and we can help identify legal problems that you may not know that you even have, and then we can serve you right there in the office.
Now, your phone number to call, it's 480-681-5408. It's Baileylawfirmaz.com. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They have 3 locations, Tucson, Tempe, and Scottsdale. Your approach to flexible work sets, how does that work when you say that? Do you mean that by, when you come and you work with you, let's say you're in a business, something happens, or you might need an estate plan, you might need a business attorney for something. Is that what you mean by that?
Sure. It's sort of twofold. So one of our, I think, differentiators in the marketplace is we allow our employees to work flexibly and remotely, and we did that pre-pandemic. And my belief is you hire great people and you give them the space to work how and when they work best, and that really allows us to attract great talent to our team to serve our clients. On the other side of things with the flexibility is, I'll get someone who comes in for an estate plan, we're talking about their situation. They'll tell me that they don't own any businesses, and kind of piggybacking off of your last guest, then they'll say, oh, well, I have a renter in my home. And I say, well, you do own a business. You may not know it, but you do. And then we can help them, with that process as well.
Right. So when you say this about your employees, this makes it easier, I think, for everyone. That's the one thing that with the pandemic, even though you said that you started it beforehand, I think we're able to do business even more so today, and it's a little bit easier. Some people now can just do things over the phone. How do you do that? Is it through Zoom, or how do they do that?
Sure. So we give clients the option of doing consultations and meetings in person, via Zoom, or on the phone. It's whatever they want to do. And we had the ability to pivot quickly when the pandemic hit because we were already flexible in that way.
One of your questions here is, what was it like for you to be obviously a woman-owned business and to grow as fast as you did?
Sure, especially when a pandemic hit. Part of the way we did that is having these multiple practice areas. So the idea is if there's some sort of external force, whether it be a pandemic or a recession or anything else, if one practice area is going to suffer because of that, we have these other practice areas that thrive. And like we saw in the pandemic, there's opportunities when external forces come your way to pivot and to do greater things and to do different things.
So not everybody closed during the pandemic. Closed during the pandemic. I found that for me too. I was kind of a little bit concerned about that. People wanted a voice. They wanted to be here. What was it like for you to navigate yourself through that?
Absolutely. So one of our practice areas that really did well through the pandemic was actually our small business law, because you had an uptick in selling businesses. You had an uptick in starting businesses. There were people out there who saw different opportunities and they needed help starting those businesses, and we come in and help. Estate planning.
I thought that's the first thing you were going to say.
Estate planning, absolutely. Your own mortality. Everybody was faced with that in one way or the other. Even power of attorney documents, if you're going to end up in the hospital unexpectedly. The reality that anybody really needs an estate plan kind of set in.
Well, I think it really made people look at things very differently. Now, she's got her 3-year anniversary. That's just come up, so congratulations on that. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She has 3 locations, Tucson, Tempe, and Scottsdale. Her phone number to call, it's 480-681-5408. It's Baileylawfirmaz.com. Best part about serving your clients, what is it?
I love to take the feeling of pressure off of the clients. I love when they come to us with a legal problem, whatever it is, and when they can leave the office where you kind of see their shoulders going from tense to relaxing. And I feel like I like that process of taking that burden off of their shoulders and them knowing that they're in good hands and we're going to help them.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the different areas that you work in, because this is kind of important to me for them to hear a little bit about this. For PI, okay, when you own a business, what are some things that could come up where they might use that when they're dealing with a business?
Sure, yeah. I actually did a jury trial in October, and kind of going off of the short-term rental thing, I represented a person who has a short-term rental, and somebody slipped and fell in the home and sued for $1 million because she broke her hip and was significantly injured. So I represented that small business owner. It went all the way to trial. I prevailed in that trial, so my client was able to walk away without owing the person any money. So on the front end with our practice, with our small business clients, what we try to do is implement strategies to minimize risk so that you don't end up in that situation. But then if you do end up in that situation, we can help on the back end with litigation. And that's another way all of our practice areas sort of jive. So again, you don't have to go find a different attorney.
To piggyback back on the I-Trip, that's why you hire that person that takes care of that for you. Make sure that you do all those things and that you're covered for all that. That's what they come in for. That's funny that you mentioned that. Okay, but what about like real estate? Okay, how does that kind of go in? Like, let's say real estate and even estate planning, how do they go and kind of collide with one another?
Sure. So real estate law is something that comes up whether you're a tenant, whether you're a landlord, whether you are looking to, a lot of people in today's society wanted to partition their property so that they could sell part of their land and remain on their home. Estate planning is a good opportunity to just learn all about a person's situation, and that's where we can, as we listen to them talk about their situation, sort of piggyback on the real estate law and the business law and tell them about solutions to problems they didn't even know they had maybe.
I think it's really important also to talk about, some people just, they have only one area that they were. Why did you choose to make sure that you made sure that they kind of coincided with one another so that they come to you for almost any of these areas?
One of the reasons is law is very complex. There's rarely a legal problem that fits squarely into a particular practice area. And so with our team having all different experience and strengths, we can piggyback off of each other to solve this clients' legal problems. So you can have estate planning that bleeds over into real estate law, even personal injury that bleeds over into estate planning. And when we have the skills to handle the actual problem, we feel like we're serving the clients better versus, okay, we can do this part of it, but you actually need to handle this too. So we're, go to the internet and find someone else.
Well, like you said, when you speak with somebody and they come to you, let's say for one reason, and then you're having that consultation with them and you find out, well, wait a minute, I think that's what it all starts with a story. You also mentioned that so many people have opened new businesses, closed them. Maybe they've been in a marriage and then they close. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why you might need an attorney before and after. When is the best time to call? Let's say somebody was opened a business or opening one now, if they're still doing it, to call you for that.
That's the best time when you have the business idea. It's important to get your team in place at that point. Attorney, a business CPA is another important one, and we can help point you to the other professionals that you really should have on your team if you're going to embark in that industry.
And how about when somebody is closing? That's something people don't think about too, is Plan B.
Plan B, yes, succession planning, especially if you have partners.
Do you help with that too?
Absolutely. One partner dies, one partner doesn't want to be in the business anymore. All these situations that come up that we help with.
Their phone number to call, again, it's 480-681-5408. It's Baileylawfirmaz.com. They have 3 locations. It's Tucson, Tempe, and Scottsdale. What would be your final words for people today, just listening, that you would want them to call you for having them? This is the kind of thing I love my show. And I love my show because I love the information. And I'm just going to finish it for you. Really, honestly, when you hear things like this, everybody resonates with somebody, right? But put the phone number in your phone because you never know. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone that you know. I know a lot of people do this. They write something down, they put it on the refrigerator, and oh, yeah, I got to do that. Oh, yeah. So, write the number down or put it in your phone. Reputable attorney for these different areas. The number to call, again, it's 480-681-5408. It's Baileylawfirmaz.com.